So I have my H crochet hook. I've got my worsted weight or number 4 yarn in a light color. I've got the yarn needle. I've got the scissors. Now what do I do? Hi, it's Sonia here of The Pretty Stitch with another episode of Yarn Matters. So today we're going to be talking about what do you do after you get your supplies. So you want to learn how to crochet, and my previous video talked about all the supplies that you need to get started with crochet. Now you have those supplies. And now you're like, okay, I've got the hook, I've got the yarn needle, the scissors, I'm ready to go. I don't know where to begin. So you're in the right place. Today's video is going to help point you in the right direction to begin your crochet journey. So the first thing that you want to keep in mind is when you're learning to crochet after you've got your supplies is you're going to want to learn the basic stitches. So there are some basic core stitches that are really important to learn if you want to start crocheting. Once you know those stitches, you can crochet just about anything. These stitches build off of each other and you can use them in different combinations, and you can crochet. There's so many different possibilities. So what are those stitches, you're probably wondering? And keep in mind, all of these stitches I'm talking about are in US terms. So if you're looking at a pattern, some patterns, I don't want to say the majority of the patterns, but a lot of patterns are written in US terms. And then there are some patterns written in UK terms. Now there might be other terms that I am unaware of. These are the two that I know of. So don't let that scare you, freak you out, especially if you're in the UK or the US or any other part of the world. What that means is, so let's look at an example of soda. Okay, so we have soda, and depending where you live, sometimes soda is called pop. Sometimes soda is called Coke. Even though it's not Coke, it's still called Coke. But it's still soda. It just has a different name. So that's kind of how it is with crocheting. So a stitch that I'm going to be talking about, we're going to just say single crochet. My version of a single crochet might have a different name. It's still the same stitch. It's just might have a different name. I hope that I explained that okay, and don't get bogged down on that either. I just wanted to throw that out there. So let's begin with the basic stitches. So the first stitch that you're going to need to learn is the chain stitch, and I think that's universal whether it's UK terms, US terms. I think a chain is a chain. So you're going to need to learn the chain stitch, and then after that I recommend learning the single crochet stitch. And then after the single crochet stitch would be a half double crochet. And then after that would be a double crochet stitch. And then the last stitch I recommend learning when you're first starting out is the triple or treble crochet stitch. Some people call it triple crochet, some people call it treble crochet. It's the same stitch. Triple means treble. I learned it as triple. I learned how to crochet probably almost 30 years ago, and I learned it as triple crochet. And some people were trying to tell me, no, it's called treble crochet. Treble means triple. It doesn't matter. Like I said, don't get bogged down on the names. Just learn how to do the stitch and you'll be good. So while you are learning these stitches, it's going to be awkward. I'm just going to throw that out there right now. Anytime you learn a new skill, unless you're a complete prodigy, most times, you need to practice a little bit. It takes a little time. It's not going to be great in the beginning. You're going to be messing up. You're going to get discouraged. You're going to be like, what am I doing? It doesn't feel right. So I just wanted to encourage you, don't get discouraged if it feels awkward. That is normal. You're going to feel like you have, not enough hands to hold the yarn and the hook. That will come with practice. And there are different holds with learning to crochet. So there's the knife hold, there's the pencil hold. Those are the two most common. Just hold it however it's comfortable for you. Don't get so bogged down on that. That will come. There's also different ways of holding the yarn in your hand, wrapping it around your finger, your index finger, your pinky, your thumb. Like I kind of just like hold it with my ring finger and my pinky. Like that's just what I do, and it works fine for me. So again, don't get bogged down on that. Figure out what works for you, but learn those basic stitches, and the hold and how you hold your yarn will come in time, and you'll just kind of have your own technique of what works for you. The bottom line is you just want to make sure your stitches, it's the correct stitch that you're working, and that you have a nice even tension. And again, that comes with practice and time. So in the beginning, your tension is going to be all over the place. Some stitches are going to be probably larger than others, or smaller than others, or tighter than others. It's okay. Again, practice, it will come in time. So again, don't get so stressed out and be like, oh, my tension's terrible, and you've only been crocheting for 2 days. That's okay. And your tension's going to get better if you put in the time, if you put in the practice. So you're probably wondering, where can I learn these stitches? Where can I learn the single crochet, how to chain, how to make a double crochet? So there are a lot of resources out there, and they are free. I suggest starting with YouTube. You can find a lot of tutorials on how to make all of those stitches. I have tutorials. I can post them in the description box. I'm not trying to plug my own stuff, but that'd be great if you watch them. I would appreciate it. But there is so many resources out there to help you in your crochet journey. You can also look on TikTok. TikTok is, as you know, short form content. So those tutorials might not be as in depth, and there's nothing wrong with short form content. I make things on TikTok. I think TikTok's really fun. But sometimes when you're learning a new stitch, you might need something a little bit longer. You can also check out your local library. They often have stitching groups. My local library, they've actually done free crochet classes if you wanted to learn. Sometimes local churches have crochet groups or knit groups where you can learn, and most times with the churches, at least my church, I run a knit and crochet group. You do not have to be affiliated with the church to come to our group. You don't have to be religious by any means. If you want to learn to crochet, or you love to crochet or knit with other people, you're certainly welcome at our group. And I have certainly taught people how to do things at my group, so that might be something that you could check out. You could talk to your friends. You might have a friend that knows how to crochet, and you guys could get together and they could start teaching you how to do it, or a relative. There might be other organizations that offer free crochet classes. There are local yarn stores. Now they might have a course where you have to pay. I'm not really sure. But that might be something that you could check out. And another resource that I really enjoy is Ravelry. It is free to join. It's a website, and they have a lot of free patterns. They have a message board on there, and you can post questions if you have questions, and somebody's going to know the answer. And they're pretty nice on there. I mean, you got a few people that are a little bit, but I would say 95% of the people that I have encountered on that website have been fantastic. And I've met people online all over the world. So that's a fun resource that you could check out. And I will certainly post a link to Ravelry if you want to check that out. And also on Ravelry, once you get started and you've learned a couple basic stitches, there are a lot of free patterns online. So if you feel like you're ready to start working on a pattern, definitely check out Ravelry, especially if you're not really into videos. Some people prefer a written pattern. They like to have that written pattern, something they can print out and kind of hold and look at. And other people like videos. Some people like both. Everybody's learning style is different, and that's the beauty of the world that we live in now. There are so many different ways that you can learn how to crochet. Back in the day, it used to be just hope you have a friend that can help you out, or a relative, or you had a book, and that was it. Or you just try to figure it out on your own. But now we've got the internet, which has opened up so many avenues for, to cater to all different learning styles, which is really awesome. So once you have learned those basic stitches, then crochet all the things, have fun. practice honing your skills, and you'll figure out things that you love to crochet, don't love to crochet. You might just be like, hey, I only want to make blankets, and that's okay. You do you, but just keep practicing and don't get discouraged. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like and subscribe. And if you didn't enjoy this video, that's okay. Just scroll on by, and I will see you next time. Happy stitching. Bye.